daily living in life that I didn't have room for my head to think about all these things. So I kind of like shielded myself from actually having those hard conversations behind my children. I'm too busy for that right now. I'll do it some other time. Oh yeah, I'll talk to him later, or when the kids are not here anymore, or whatever. So I think that I used them as a barrier so that I didn't have to go there. I didn't have to confront. I didn't have to grow.
Mhm.
I didn't have to be a mature person and confront, whatever was bothering me or not working on our marriage. And until we know what happened, I probably would have waited until they were out of the house, probably to confront, all the things that were going on. But I use my kids, and going back in time, I'm like, I'm happy that I did that, because at least the kids didn't have to see a lot of arguments. They didn't have to go through a lot of, oh, my parents are arguing again, or they're mad, or this or that. They had a good childhood.
Yep. And Miss Nexie, since you're sharing some of yours, I'm going to share one thing that I did. Anytime something was happening in my relationship romantically, and it's a bad thing that I did, but I'm accountable for my things. They always say nobody can shame you for what you've done if you have already confronted it. But what I used to do is I used to put my friends or other people's opinions into my relationship, and that's a recipe for disaster. Um, there's
Hmm.
certain things that you don't do. There's lines that you don't cross. It's like getting opinions about your relationship from somebody who doesn't even have a relationship. It's like what am
Hmm.
I even doing over here? And I think a lot of people do that. They insert their friends or their relatives or social media. They put too much people into the relationship instead of going to the person that you're with and saying, hey, let's talk about
Hmm.
this if it's something you can talk about, or let's work on us and things like that. Instead, people go to the outside and let their friends or their relatives in on their intimate relationship issues, which is
Hmm.
that's just toxic.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's a no
know it's
no.
a no-no, but then I didn't know because I don't know, in my mind, it was like, well, they won't talk to me about it, so I'll talk to everybody else. But what you wind up doing is you cause everybody on the outside to already have opinions about the person, and you
Hmm.
didn't give them an opportunity to form their own thoughts about them.
Hmm. Exactly, exactly. For the most part, I didn't get anyone involved, because my sisters are back home. One of them is now, not the other one. And so they weren't here all the time. Like, if my sisters were lived in this country, we probably would be in each other's house every day, because that's how we are. But they weren't here, so they couldn't really see what was going on, right? They couldn't see the dynamic of what our marriage was. And so I could literally say, oh, it's going great, blah blah, and they will believe me, because they weren't involved. My brothers, they live a little bit far away, but then boys are clueless when it comes to things like this. They don't know. They don't even notice their own. But anyway, so I didn't have anyone close enough to bring it up to my attention and say, hey, why are you letting this slide? Or why aren't you bringing, an end to this? Like, what's going on? Like, I didn't have anyone to confront me that way. So I let it go for so long, right? The toxicity, that, you know, the no communication, that I was literally, like my kid said one day, Mom, you were a single parent, because I was always with my kids, going everywhere. And again, nobody brought that up. So I wasn't really ready to, because nobody confronted me. So I was like, oh, cool.